Hi gang, so today we're going to be looking at perimeter word problems. Similar to some of the word problems we developed yesterday and the day before, perimeter involves adding up all the sides of a shape to find the distance around that shape. So we'll use that idea to create some equations today. First step, we're going to draw a picture. So if we have a rectangle, we're going to draw a rectangle. If we have a triangle, we're going to draw a triangle. If we have a pentagon, we'll draw a pentagon. And then we're going to label all the sides based on the description. So number 2, label each side of the shape with an expression according to the word problem. Number 3, since it's perimeter, we're going to add all the sides to create an expression that represents the perimeter. 4, we're going to set the expression above equal to the given perimeter and solve for the variable. And last, we're going to substitute the solution back into the original expressions to find the measure of each side or all sides. So let's take a look at the examples that I'm going to do with you. Number 1, a garden is in the shape of an isosceles triangle, a triangle that has two sides of equal measure. The length of the third side of the triangle is 2 feet greater than the length of each of the equal sides. If the perimeter of the garden is 86 feet, find the length of each side of the garden. So in this problem, they're very nice in telling you the definition of equilateral, or isosceles rather. An equilateral triangle is when all sides are equal. An isosceles triangle, again, think I's for isosceles, is when these two sides are equal. So there's my isosceles triangle. It says, again, the length of the third side of the triangle is 2 feet greater than the length of each of the equal sides. So the third side is being compared to the equal sides. So the equal sides are x, and the third side is 2 feet greater than those two sides. So just x plus 2. The whole perimeter is 86. So now, again, perimeter is adding all those sides. So we're going to do x, x, and x plus 2 added together. That gives me 3x plus 2. So 3x plus 2 equals 86. And well, we can just solve for x. We subtract 2 from both sides. So 3x equals 84. Then divide by 3. So x equals, well, 3 goes into 8 twice, because that's 6 with 2 left over. And 3 goes into 24, 8. So our answer for x is 28. So this side here is going to be 28 feet. This side here is also 28 feet. And this bottom part is 28 plus 2, which would be 30 feet. So we can check to make sure we've got it right. If you add up 28 and 28, you get 56. And then 56 plus 30 is 86 feet, which was the perimeter we were looking for. So we know we did it correctly. Okay, so again, keep in mind, you need to build the problem. Do not jump right into writing an equation. What a lot of kids do is see that x plus 2 and just put x plus 2 equals 86. Then they've solved the entire thing incorrectly. Make sure you're labeling all sides, building the equation, then determining the length of each side. All right, let's take a look at the next example. Okay, number 2. The perimeter of a rectangle is 52 feet. The length is 2 feet more than 5 times the width. Find the dimensions of the rectangle. So it is a rectangle, so we're going to start by drawing one. Remember, in a rectangle, opposite sides are parallel and equal. So this side is equal to this side, and this side is equal to this side. So in the problem, it says the length is 2 feet more than 5 times the width. So the length is being compared to the width. So the width is going to be just x. Now, when we're talking width, we're usually talking about the shorter of the two sides or the two different sides. So we're going to put width as being the shorter side and x. Then the length is 2 feet more than 5 times the width. That's like saying 2 more than 5x. 2 more than 5x is 5x plus 2, not 2 plus 5x. Turn it around. It says to add 2 to 5x, 2 more than 5x. Now again, perimeter, you're adding all 4 of those sides. So we have x, x, 5x plus 2, 5x plus 2, for a sum of 52. So 2 and 2 gives me 4. X and x, 5 and 5 gives me 12x's total. So 12x plus 4 equals 52. Subtract the 4 from both sides. 12x equals 48. Divide by 12, and x equals 4. So that x is our width. We need to plug it in and find the length. 5 times 4 plus 2 gives me 20 plus 2, which is 22. So both the lengths are 22 and the width is 4. And we can check to make sure that our math is correct. If we add 22, 22, 4, and 4, we should get 52. So that's 22 and 22 is 44, plus 4 and 4 is 8, and it is 52. So we did it correctly. We could take this one step forward and one step further and write a sentence. We could say the width is 4 feet and the length is 22 feet. Okay, proving that you understand what dimensions are equivalent to each number. But typically, this here is enough of an answer. Make sure you put the units in as well. All right, let's move on to the next problem. Jumping to number 3. The perimeter of a rectangle is 36 feet. The length is 3 less than 2 times the width. Find the dimensions of the rectangle. So again, very similar to the last one we did. We start with our rectangle. Again, the length is being compared to the width. Length means long, width means short. Okay, so we're going to use the width as just x since the length is being compared to the width. And the length is 3 less than 2 times the width. 3 less than 2x, so 2x minus 3. Now again, we have perimeter, so we're going to add all those sides up. -3 and -3 is -6. 2x, 2x, and 2x, those are 2 x's there, gives me 6x. So my equation is 6x minus 6 equals 36. Add 6 to both sides. 6x equals 42. Divide by 6, and x equals 7. Plug that 7 in. We know now that the widths are 7 feet each. We have to find the lengths. So 2 times 7 minus 3 will give us our length, which is 14 minus 3. So that's 11 feet for both the lengths. And we can check if we add 11, 11, we get 22. 7 and 7 is 14. And 22 plus 14 is 36. So we did that correctly. And we can write a statement. The width is 7 feet and the length is 11 feet. Done. All right. So some of you might be familiar with these types of problems already because you did work on them last year in accelerated 7th grade math. If not, I'm sure you will catch on very quickly. Make sure you're paying very close attention to how I'm creating the equation so that you can do it on your own. All right, let's jump to number 6. Now this is where it gets a little bit more challenging. It's not just that basic, the length compared to the width. So here, Marina has a rectangular pool that is 12 feet by 30 feet. She hires someone to install a patio of the same width all around the pool and then encloses it with 116 feet of fencing. What is the width of the patio? All right, so I have a picture here. It's a rectangle inside a larger rectangle. The pool being enclosed by or surrounded by a patio and then enclosed by a fence. So we're really finding the perimeter here. The fencing is the perimeter. What we know here is that the pool is 12 by 30. So I'm going to label some information here. This pool is 30 feet by 12 feet. We want to find the dimensions of the patio, all right, or the width of the patio. So we know that it's the same width all around. So this side or length is the same as this, and this is the same as this, and this is the same as this, and this is the same as this. But we don't know what that width is. That's what we're trying to find. So these are all equivalent to x. Okay, now what we also know is that the entire perimeter, when we enclose the patio and the pool with fencing, we need 116 feet of fencing to do that. So now we have to come up with dimensions for that entire enclosed area. So if we go across here, this is x, this is 30, and this is x. So to write an equation, or an expression rather, for this whole length across, I need 2 x's and a 30. So it's 2x plus 30. And this length would be the same, 2x plus 30. Now I need the width. Well, the width, I need this x here, then this whole 12 feet, and this x here. So again, I need 2 x's and a 12, making my width 2x plus 12 on both sides. So now I have enough information to write my equation. All 4 sides added together give me 2x plus 30, 2x plus 30, 2x plus 12, 2x plus 12. Adding those up, we get 30 and 30 is 60, 12 and 12 is 24, so that's 84. 2, 4, 6, and 8 x's. So my equation is 8x plus 84 equals 116. And now we can start to solve. We start by subtracting 84 from both sides. So 8x equals 32. Then dividing by 8, and x equals 4. So the width of the patio is 4 feet. Now, if they wanted the width of the fenced area, then I would have to plug that 4 back in. It would be 2 times 4 plus 12, which is 8 plus 12, which is 20 feet. If they wanted the length of the fenced area, that would be 2 times 4 plus 30, which is 8 plus 30, which is 38. And if I added 38, 38, 20, and 20, I should get that 116. 38 and 38 is 76. And 76 plus 20 is 96. Plus 20 more is 116. So we did it correctly. All right, so that's where it gets a lot more challenging. We're going to see a lot of those types of problems throughout the school year. Do your best to break it down and label the parts of the problem so that you can create an equation. All right, let's take a look at one more last example. All right, something similar again. So we have Hudson has a rectangular pool that is 10 feet by 24 feet. He hires someone to install a patio along half the pool that extends the length by 3 times the amount it extends the width, and then enclose the area with 92 feet of fencing. What are the dimensions of the patio? All right, so again, we know the pool. We know the pool is 10 by 24. We also know that it's extending the length by 3 times the amount it's extending the width. So 10 is the width, so they're saying that this is the extension and this is the extension. It's comparing the length to the width. So the width is just going to be x. The length is 3x, 3 times that amount. So now I should have enough to write my equation. So here, this whole piece across is going to be 24 plus the 3x, or 3x plus 24 on both sides. And then this whole piece downwards is 10 plus x, or x plus 10 for both widths. Now I have enough to write my equation and solve for the dimensions. So now we have 3x plus 24, 3x plus 24, x plus 10, and x plus 10 again. Add those up, 24 and 24 is 48. 48 and 10 is 58. 58 and 10 is 68. 3x and 3x is 6x, plus 2 more x's makes 8x. So my equation is 8x plus 68 equals 92. Subtract 68 from both sides. We get 8x equals 12 minus 8 is 4. 8 minus 6 is 2, so it's 24. And divide by 8, so x equals 3 feet. So again, it just wanted what are the dimensions of the patio. So we need to plug it back in this case. So we want the whole length and width of the patio. So we have 3 times 8 plus 24. Nope, not 3 times 8, 3 times 3. 3 times 3 is 9 plus 24 is going to be 33 feet this way. And then 3 plus 10 over here is 13 feet this way. And again, we can check our work. If we do 33 and 33, we get 66 for the two lengths. 13 and 13 is 26 for the two widths. 6 plus 6 is 12, carry the 1. 6 plus 3 is 9, which gives me the 92 feet, which is what we said the perimeter had to be. All right, so I did some of the really challenging ones with you. You're going to see another challenging one tonight for homework, but first you have to finish the notes. So go back and pick up where we left off, complete any of the missing problems, chatting with your partner at your groups, or raising your hand to check in with me. Please make sure you check in with me before doing any other problems. Don't move on until you know that you've got it correct.